In the swamp, trumping all day long. Saturday nights in Death Valley, that tiger strong. So we Razorbacks, crowd calling the hogs. Blue Ridge battle Wildcats, bringing the dogs. Show me Miss Zone, black and gold fight. Boomer Sooner running on a Saturday night. Hook 'em horns, burnt orange in the sun. 12th man standing, Aggies get it done. Saturday lights, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk, we talk that score. Saturday lights, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk, we talk that score.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, man. It is Nick Frazier, one half of the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man, and we are back around the water cooler, man, and we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us. He's the man, the myth. You can't see him, but you can hear him. Tell him who you are, boss man.
Man, you know who it is, Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go, let's get it.
Yes, sir, and of course, the man, the Auburn fan favorite. He is from at It's SC season. It is Tez. What's up, Tez? How you feeling, man? What's going on with you, my guy?
Man, feeling pretty good, man. Hey, is that the debut of the intro? Did I miss that?
Yeah, you missed that.
Yeah, you missed that. That was
That debut Friday.
Oh man,
Friday, man.
that was. I think I may have came in late Friday. Yeah, that was fire, man. Like I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah, I know, right? I told him he had me lit like I was playing a game or something, bro.
We talk
Man.
You know, we taught that score. Is what we taught. You know what it is over here. Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the Water Cooler, as always, man. Before we get into it tonight, man, follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on Twitter at CoolersPod23. Please follow us on Twitter at CoolersPod23. And of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and when we go live. And please remember that coming up August 29th, it will be the locker room. We're going to go inside the locker room, ladies and gentlemen, live Auburn game watch with your boy Nick Frazier here around the water cooler, man. It's 15 minutes before kickoff, man. Auburn versus Baylor. Come here. Watch the game live with me. You can't show the game, but you can actually see the reactions live to what's going on in the game. You get to see stats. You'll see the score. You'll see all things and stuff like that, man. It's going to be a great experience. And then right after the game, head over to Auburn Addicts TV with my guy DC and the Mayor Marcus and Tez for the official post-game reaction show Tiger Vent over on Auburn Addicts TV, man. So we appreciate y'all, man, for rocking with us here around the water cooler, fellas, man. Y'all ready to get into this thing tonight, man? Are y'all ready to get into this conversation tonight?
Yes, sir.
Let's go forward.
Let's go ahead and get into it. In the chat, man, tonight we're going to try to reach a goal tonight. We're gonna try to get 10 super chats. Hopefully we can get 10 super chats tonight before the show is over with. So if you want to, please super chat us, man. Super chat us. Help us out. Help the channel keep growing because the channel is
Put a cape on it.
Go. We trying to grow and glow and go, man. So we're trying to hit 10 super chats tonight. If you are in the chat, you should see that goal. So if it's on your heart to give, please do that, man. We appreciate you so much for doing that and rocking with us as well, man. But let's go ahead and let's get into the conversation tonight, man. I want to shout out everybody that's in the chat right now, man. My guy, Auburn Dad for Life is in the chat. What's up, Auburn Dad? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great, man. He says, man, I'm letting you. I feel like I'm Saturday morning watching SEC show with intro. It's awesome. Hey, that's what we're trying to give. We're trying to give the vibe that y'all that it is. You know, we trying to up the ante. We trying to up it over here at Water Cooler Talk, man. It is what it is. I got the Huggy Beard in the chat. What's up, Huggy? Hope you feeling good with you, my guy. Karen Parker, what's up?
What's up, Karen?
Where damn you going to Karen? Hope you're doing all right tonight, man.
What's happening?
It's going good with you, Karen. James Barnett, he said, Water Cooler.
James.
The intro is straight fire. Put me in, coach. Put me in. Yes, we all want to get in the game. Hopefully, Auburn can get in the game, and we can get a W in Texas in about what? 11 days? Is it 11 days away? We 11 days away.
It's like 11 days.
Telling y'all, man.
T-minus.
Tick, 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 tick.
Y'all, man. We are almost there, man. It's game week. I'm looking at it as game week, bro. Camp is over with. We get into preparation week. That's what coach said is what they're doing. They treating it like preparation week. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm looking at it as game week. It is what it is. Huggy Beard come in and said, man, by the way, can you finally say Cam number getting retired? Yes. Shout out to Cam. Number 2 is getting retired finally at Auburn. Finally is getting retired. So shout out to that, man. Shout out to that as well. Yes, getting retired, man. Let's see.
What's up, Robert?
What up? Oh, that's what it is. Robert, what's going on, Robert? Hope you're doing all right, my guy. Hope everything's going good with you. Phil Petway.
What's up, Phil?
Man, feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my. He said, first time checking out the show. I'm mad I'm late to this. Shout out to Phil. Phil, you came over there with us over on Auburnatics when we did Have You Heard. So appreciate you coming around over here on the water cooler, man, and coming and joining us around the water cooler as well, man. Shout out to Phil Petway. Feeling myself. What's up, man? Hope you're doing good. What's going on at James? Definitely game week. Yes, it is. It is. Everybody saying what's up to everybody, bro. I appreciate everybody that's in the chat rocking with us as always, man. So we thank y'all so much, man. Let's go ahead and let's get into the conversation tonight. With what we're gonna talk about tonight, man. So as you can tell from the title, a quiet confidence is brewing on the plains, man. Quiet confidence, quiet. It ain't loud all the way yet, but it's a little quiet. It's a little quiet. A little quiet. You know, it is what it is. So just got us a little cautiously optimistic, you know, out here in this thing, man. So I'm gonna ask the question, man. I'm gonna ask the question, and we're gonna make this thing. Right. So today, doing Coach Hugh Freeze's press conference today, man. It was he spoke about a lot. And think, just go down some of the points that I got from what he stated. Basically stated that when it came to quarterback play, they were having problems with the drop back game. Is what he was saying. Saying that was something that was a little bit concerning to him, but other than that, everything outside on the other side was he was actually pleased with. You know, pleased with the RPO game, pleased with the ball coming out quick, pleased with the receiving core, likes the running backs. Hopefully, we see a lot of them this year and stuff like that. That's what he said. But the one thing he said that he was concerned about the drop back game. Is actually what he said. The word he used was drop back. And another thing he said was that the pocket seems to be collapsing a little too quick around the quarterback and around Jackson Arnold and those guys when they're in camp. So I want to get y'all thoughts on that, man. On the offense side, we'll talk about what he said on the defense side in a minute. But I want to get y'all thoughts on that. How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about that? basically him saying that the drop back game is something that he feels is not where he wants it to be, but everything else seems to be on par, and everybody seems to be improving from week 1 to week 2 in other aspects of the game. What are your thoughts on that? I'm gonna start with Tez first.
Yeah, so I would have to know like more about what does he mean by he doesn't like. What does he not like from the drop back game? Is he saying it's poor execution? Is it just not working? Because it's an RPO based offense. It's Jackson Arnold who's come from an RPO based system. You saw he struggled with the drop back game, so to speak. I guess this would be like pro style plays. He struggled with that at Oklahoma to the point where they went exclusively RPO by the end of the season. So I mean, it's not surprising. And also, you are trying to play a drop back game against what we think is first round corners and first round defensive linemen. So like to hear that the pocket collapsing is like, it's good news and bad news. You want to say that like, hey, you get questions about the offensive line, but then when you think about who those guys are trying to block, it's like, this is fall camp. They know what's coming. You know what I mean? They've run these, at this point in camp, they're not trying to fool each other on either side of the ball. They're running the same stuff that they're trying to perfect. So it ain't like you fooling the defense. So that's why the drop back game probably struggles and the RPO game doesn't, because the RPO is kind of just like, the play dictates where the ball goes. So I mean, it's not surprising. It sounds good. It sounds like a lot of talent on the field, sharpening each other. So this camp, actually, the news from this camp, the way this camp went, I think I was pretty satisfied. One day it was the defense, one day it was the offense, one day it was the defense. I think that's how a camp should go. So
yeah, basically tells you if that's what you hearing from camp, to where like I said, and I said this, shout out to Dustin, Up Tempo Podcast. We do a show every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Time. And basically I was saying, if you are getting one side of the ball dominating this day, then they may dominate the next day, but then you got the other side of the ball coming back and basically getting their get back and executing again. That's basically telling you that you probably have a really complementary or balanced team, is what it's basically telling you. It basically tells you that one side is just not over dominant than the other one. Now there still may be some space in between both sides of the ball, but it's not like a huge gap to where you have to worry about leaning on just one side of the football team in order to help you win. It's more like this, not like this. It's like this. So and it could go back and forth. But I think this team is probably going to be more of a defensive led team this year anyway. Because I think the defensive side of the ball is just stacked on talent, and maybe just the organizational side on that side anyway. Marcus, what's your thoughts?
No, I agree with that part. I think this is going to be a defensive-led team. But I have to wholeheartedly agree with Tez. And I'm not surprised that the dropback game is causing Jackson Arnold problems, because, like he said, he struggled with that at Oklahoma. And I just fear that he's holding the ball too long, and this collapse in the pocket, like Ted said, I want to put that on how good our edge rush is versus Hugh Freeze making excuses for Jackson Arnold holding the ball too long. So that's what I'm hoping he's not doing. But everything else, like Ted said, this is what I want to hear from camp. So I'm not really worried right now.
Another thing that actually popped up and that actually helped us a lot with this was he was asked about running backs in this camp, and he mentioned two guys, but then he also mentioned as well. He also mentioned Omar Mapson, who is a name that has been mentioned a lot this camp. Of course he mentioned excuse me. He mentioned Damari Austin and Jeremiah Cobb. He also mentioned Darrell as well. But it seems as if Omar Mapson is potentially going to be in this running back by committee situation, or if he's not at the beginning of the season, we're gonna see Omar Mappson at some point in time during this season, because everything that we've heard from camp, that's probably the name that we have heard a lot on the offensive side of the ball being put. So what are y'all thoughts on him potentially seeing Omar Mappson get run in this Baylor game with Austin, with Cobb, and with Darrell Robinson? Do we see 4 running backs go in the game? Is that a possibility?
I would be shocked to see it happen.
Mm-hmm.
As we know, you can have a tribe of running backs, especially in this day and age, especially with the offense he wants to run. You can just keep plugging and playing running backs. As long as they can catch out the backfield and serviceable as a receiver, I think it really doesn't deflate the offense just changing them in and out.
So you think you think that's a possibility we can actually see 4 people touch the football out of the backfield running the ball, or at least some type of way in the offense running out of the running back position? You think there's an opportunity or chance?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I ain't gonna say touch the ball, but you can possibly see 4 different running backs in the backfield.
Okay, all right. Ted, your thoughts on that, man, before we move on?
I think if we see 4 different running backs in this game, then our offense is humming.
Okay.
Particularly, I forget what game it was last year, but they asked Hugh Freeze about why. It was something about why they didn't see a lot of receivers play in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, we couldn't get no first downs, right? So we couldn't we couldn't get a rotation in because we couldn't, convert to any third downs.
Yeah.
So he wants to rotate receivers in as we progress down the field. So I would imagine he would want to do running backs like that too, especially if he bringing up a name. And also he did the same thing to Malcolm Simmons last year. Malcolm Simmons got here late in the spring. That's all he was talking about in every interview. And next thing you know, it was a concerted effort to get Malcolm Simmons the ball. So I wouldn't be surprised if they got some stuff built in for Mappson.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, man. It's just the fact of the matter. It's just the fact of the matter that we have heard his name literally almost every week. Or something come out that I'll be surprised if we don't see him on the field. That would be surprising to me if we don't see him. I'm gonna just be like, okay, so y'all was telling us all this for what reason? I'm just saying, but it is what it is.
I love it though.
Yeah, I do.
I love competition in that room, man, because I need Damari to hold on to the football.
Yeah, I do. I agree.
So put some people behind him to push him,
man. He was asked a question about Deuce Knight, and he asked a question. He was asked a question about Deuce Knight and Deuce Knight's how he has improved in camp, and he said Deuce Knight is getting better. He said as far as sitting in there and throwing the football, he said making the throws, he said Deuce Knight is ready. And he also said he wouldn't hesitate throwing him in the game if need be, if a situation were to happen. Now, we're not trying to start any headlines over here about there's a quarterback controversy. That's just what the man said in the press conference. But he said there were some things that Deuce Knight needed to work on. He was like setting the protections, and he said recognizing things from the defense. And this was an interesting quote. This is where I think this is where I want everybody to listen to what I'm about to say, because this is a direct quote from what was said. What was told to us and what was said when it came to what he about recognizing what the defense is saying. This is what was said. He said, our defense is doing a really nice job at disguising things. All the QBs are missing some of that. It's even hard for us as coaches to see what they are doing, to see what they're doing. They're doing a really nice job. That was the quote from Hugh Freeze. I want to read it again. He said, our defense is doing a really nice job at disguising things. All the QBs are missing some of that. He said, all of them. He said, it's even hard for us as coaches to see it because they're doing a really nice job. Y'all thoughts on that, man? And I want y'all to think about that because we got somebody on the line right now, calling in right now. You are on the line with the water cooler talk. Who you with? You around the water cooler with us? Who we talking to? Who we talking to? What's up, Mr. Heaton? How you doing? Can y'all hear Mr. Heaton?
Nah, we can't.
No, we don't have anything.
Hold on, Mr. Heaton. Can't hear you, so I'm gonna change the up real quick, and I want you to go ahead and I want you to say it again, Mr. Heaton. Go ahead. Can y'all hear him? Can y'all hear Mr. Heaton?
No.
I don't think
No.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on. But Mr. Heaton, tell me a question and I'll relay it to the chat. I can, yes, sir. Go ahead. Yeah, I can. Do you? He said best case scenario. Do y'all see Jackson Arnold being Ben Leard, Brandon Cox, or Jason Campbell? Chris Todd or Jason Campbell? Or Chris Todd?
You said best scenario?
Appreciate you, Mr. Eaton, calling in, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, sir. We got to get this. We got to get this phone thing situated, man, because I need people. I need everybody to hear what everybody got to say. So I'm gonna hold off on the phone calls right now, and I'm gonna let that. I'm gonna be working on that while these guys are answering the question. But go ahead, guys. Who do y'all think? What do y'all think on that? Who y'all got? Ben Leard, Chris Todd, Brandon Cox, and Jason Campbell. Best case scenario for Jackson Arnold.
Best case scenario, hoping for Jason Campbell. Well, I'm hoping for better. Well, he got better weapons than a lot of quarterbacks in the past. So, and this is a passing happy league now. So I'm hoping for better numbers than Jason Campbell. But I would say Jason Campbell.
Okay. You would say Jason Campbell too, Tez?
Yeah, I mean, best case scenario. Honestly,
Brandon Cox was not bad, bro. Brandon Cox was not.
Brandon Cox was bad.
No, he wasn't.
Brandon Cox was a 9-win, not 8-win.
I'm just saying, undefeated season. I'm hoping for an undefeated season.
Statistically, Jackson Arnold could be better than all of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Statistically, he got.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, like
that is wholeheartily true.
Go for 4,000 yards and just we'll be building a statue for Jackson Arnold out there next. Get ready to retire 11.
Get ready to retire number 11 at Auburn. Nah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to win though.
Best case scenario, I would definitely have to go with. I would say Jason Campbell because that 2004 season, because you saw Jason Campbell get better each year he was at Auburn, even though he had 4 different offensive coordinators. You saw him get better each year at Auburn, and it culminated in that 2004 season. But we talking Jason Campbell 2004 is what we talking about. You see what I'm saying? So and that's what everybody like. That's the default. So when we say Jason Campbell, the default is 2004, but everybody forgets about 01, 02, 03 and trying to get up to what happened in 04. So I understand, and we talking 04 Jason Campbell, but when you look at Brandon Cox was not bad. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Cox
wasn't bad.
Was not 8-9 win type guy. And my number for this season is 10. 9-10 is my number this season. I'm 10, honestly. But I understand. I wouldn't be mad if we got if we got Jackson Arnold at a Brandon Cox level. I wouldn't be mad about that. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be that. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't want people to be upset because I think Tez has said this or alluded to it at some point in time. I wouldn't be mad if we got Jackson Arnold, Peyton Thorne type numbers from last year.
Man, they don't believe me.
I'm like, okay, let's talk this through. Let's talk this through. I want people to understand what I'm saying. If Peyton Thorne would not have been benched for a game and a half, Peyton Thorne would have been a 3,000 plus yard passer last year.
Top 5 in Auburn history.
He would have been top 5. He would have been if he would have hit 3,100 yards, he would have been top 3 in Auburn. In single season, he would have been top 3 in Auburn history in yards passing. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he ended up being top 5 in the SEC last year when it came to quarterback play or something like that. Top 5 or top 6 or something like that. Mm-hmm. I have sat here and said I think Jackson Arnold, in order for him to get into Heisman Trophy conversations, he needs to be 3,500 yards plus or somewhere in that range. That's Heisman conversation. In order to win 3,000, 31, 3,200 yards, I think that's enough. Man. I think that is enough for us to get 9-10 wins and to be in the playoff conversation. Y'all thoughts on that? Before we move on, what's y'all thoughts on
that? But that's why when we talk about like this offense, I kind of like temper people's expectations about, how many 1,000-yard receivers we have, how many, how much the running backs are going to rush for, because like, not that I don't think that they're capable of putting up big numbers and yards, but you look at last year, it was
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we good now on the phone calls. But go ahead. Okay.
Yeah. So when you look at last year, we said all the time a healthy field goal kick away from like 8 games. Add 200 more yards. You talk about a 9-10 win season. Like, I guess the point I'm trying to make is in this offense, honestly, it doesn't have to put up a ton of yards. With the defense that we have, it's not necessary for us to put up a bunch of yards to win a bunch of games.
True.
We just don't. We don't have to do that.
True.
So for that reason, I don't think like it's gonna be. I think because of the receivers that he got, he wants to take those shots down the field and run the score up, of course. But like, man, he's shown that he's willing to take the air out of the football if that's not working, or and try to win, in a less exciting way is what I'm saying. And last year would have been effective had it not been for the egregious mistakes by Peyton. Like, I'm telling you that Oklahoma turnover was just like the one that just like the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back. For a lot of people. You had these 3 in the Cal game, and then you come out against Oklahoma and throw that pick 6 with the game won. It just put a bad taste in people's mouth for Peyton Thorne. He deserved it. But I mean, when you look at it at the end of the year, and you look at the end of the year stats, this dude was top 4 or 5 in the conference as far as quarterback play. Yes. Over some quarterbacks that right now we're projecting to be at the top of the conference this year.
Yeah.
Returning quarterbacks and Taylor Green and maybe Marcel Reed
and Lenore Sellers too,
and Lenore Sellers, yeah. So that's what I'm saying is like he doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be a dynamic offense for us to win games. But we would love for it. I trust me. I want to see 40 points a game.
I don't think I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't. Do you? And this is something I want to ask. I want to ask y'all this question. Based on everything that we've heard coming out of camp and based on what you've heard from Coach Freeze recently about this offense, do you think that this offense is going to be a 35, 38, 40 point per game type offense this year? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Auburn's gonna be that this year. I think Auburn's probably gonna be somewhere between that 28 and 31 mark as a average score for on offense this year. I'm not sure if Auburn's gonna be 35 plus average when it comes to scoring offense this year. Y'all thoughts on
that? I have to agree with that, Nick. I think, like Ted said, it's gonna be a situation where we are in a situation where our offense is game managing because our defense is leading the way.
Mm-hmm.
And at times it might not be pretty, but I feel like with what we have to do, we just have to win games this year, man. And as much as we want to see him use the plethora of receivers that we have at our disposal, I think it's going to be a situation where we see him put the ball on the ground and scramble a lot more than what we want to see. And it might not be pretty, but as long as it wins football games, we ain't going to complain.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a part of me, honestly. We talking about that Waco game. There's a part of me. Of course, I would want to blow them off the field. I want it to look like they don't belong on the field with us.
Of course.
But there is also a part of me that wouldn't mind seeing us going out and win a gritty, close game, because that's not what we've been able to do under Hugh Freeze at all. We always lose those games.
I would say if we go in Waco and we win like that, Tez, I would go out on a limb and say Hugh Freeze made the adjustments this offseason that we needed him to make. And that's from coaching, that's from a talent standpoint, everything. I think if we go out here and we dominate Baylor, I think everything is starting to align in the situation. Or Baylor has just dropped off that bad, but I don't think so.
It's interesting because Dave Aranda, y'all know the defense he runs.
Yeah,
he doesn't like to give up big plays. Like that's his whole kind of philosophy. Pressure up front, deep on the back end. You can make these little 10, 15-yard intermediate passes if your quarterback can make them. Like he wants your quarterback to play quarterback. So this is a lot more in that our offense and our offensive philosophy versus what they want to do on defense is a lot more interesting than just the Auburn Baylor matchup. It's like kind of a clash of styles too. So it's gonna be a really interesting game for real.
Oh yeah, more definitely.
Definitely gonna be an interesting game, man. I rock with you on that, man. I'm taking a look at a couple of comments that came through while we were talking, man. Shout out to Stephen Keel. He said, wonder if Hugh Freeze offense is not that good because everyone is doing or has seen it. Maybe Hugh is a jag. I don't know, man. We'll find out this year, though, for sure. Donovan said, man, Jackson Arnold is just a top 8 QB in the league. I feel very confident about 9-3. Just a top 8. So that's just top half. That's what he's saying. This is top half. So if he just top half of the conference, he's confident that we could be 9-3. That's what it is. I lean your way, Donovan. I lean your way, my guy. I lean your way. My guy, Sweet Stuff for 256 said Peyton Thorne had a lot of numbers against Cupcakes. I take comparable numbers spread out instead of over a couple of games. Y'all thoughts on that?
I challenge you to find any quarterback that does not have outstanding numbers against Cupcakes. Any quarterback numbers that you will find, you're gonna find cupcake games and 400 or 500-yard games in those games.
Yeah. What's up, my guy?
Just the way it is. I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying, but the reality of it is, if you go to 2019 Joe Burrow, you're gonna find some cupcake games in there where he lit it up.
I feel you on that. I want to get y'all thoughts. I want to get y'all thoughts about on what I stated earlier, and I'm gonna repeat to you what was said in the press conference, man, because I thought this was interesting when he said it. He said our defense is doing a really and let me set the preference. This was preface on quarterbacks. When he was asked about Deuce Knight, and he said Deuce Knight is good at things, but he said on certain things like setting protections and just recognizing what things are coming from the defense. This is a quote from Coach Hugh Freeze. He said, our defense is doing a really nice job at disguising things. All the QBs are missing some of that. It's even hard for us as coaches to see it. They are doing a really nice job. What are y'all thoughts on that, man? Because when he said it, I said the part that got me, he said it's even hard for us as coaches to see what the defense is disguising. That right there kind of I was taken aback when it was said because I was like, huh? I said, okay, all right. Y'all thoughts on that before we move forward, man?
I was gonna speak to it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think I keep telling y'all, our coaches ain't communicating. It feels like that to me, because why is your head coach saying this? He's supposed to be in that meeting room with the defensive coordinator. He should know the disguises. He should know all this. He shouldn't be confused about nothing. Now the OC, I can understand. Them Knicks confused, I can understand. But he shouldn't be saying this. Sometimes he just need to stop talking so much. But the situation with Deuce Knight, a line of protection, he a freshman. I understand that. Protections, blitzes, and things like that change when you go from high school to college. That period right there, he has to learn that. I'm not really worried about that just yet, but I hope he gets better with that. But Hugh, you talking too much. You talking too much.
So I think Durkin is turning it up in practice. Nothing more than that. Shout out to Cypher. Shout out to Cypher, man. Appreciate you with the comment, my guy. As always, man. Ted, your thoughts on that? I mean, here's the reason why I asked. Because all right, if that's happening against the defense that you go up against every day, bro. If that's happening against the defense you go up against every day, what's gonna happen when you go up against a guy like Dave Aranda? Or who's a defensive, like where everywhere he's been, even in the SEC, everywhere he's been, his defenses have been really good. What's going to happen when you go up against a guy like Brent Venables, who has stated and has already said that this season he's going back to being very much involved with the defensive strategy at Oklahoma, and he's going to be calling plays. Literally, he went short of saying he's going to be calling plays this year. Is what he said. What's going to happen when you go up against Kane Womack at Alabama, and you know he wants to disguise things on the back end, and you telling me as a coach that it's hard for you to dissect what is being disguised from what a defense is running? Like, you telling me it's hard, even even post snap read, you telling me it's kind of hard to see what's coming that way. I find that hard to digest, because I'm like, if you saying that in the press conference, and you saying it's hard for us as coaches to dissect and see what's happening, what's gonna happen when you going up against another guy across that's on the other sideline across from you, man? Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but I want to get your thoughts on that.
I would say in Hugh's defense. I would say in Hugh's defense in this situation, Nick, he has time to watch film. Just he gonna have to watch a lot of it, but he has time to watch film versus at practice. That's live game action, and it's kind of quicker than catching it by just rewinding and playing it again. So hopefully that works in our favor versus at practice when it's live and in your face right then and there.
Ted, your thoughts?
I think we're overreacting about that one, man.
Okay, that was
I do.
I would hope.
Here's a couple reasons why. One, it goes both ways. Just like they've seen that offense. I mean, they've seen that defense. That defense has seen that offense the entire camp. So they could be a step ahead of them. I mean, I think it's probably a bigger advantage for a defense to have seen an offense a lot than for an offense to have seen a defense a lot. Because offense is a lot more about just execution, right? If we execute this play, more likely it'll work. Now, some executing it against defenses give you different probabilities of success, but still, to the point is it's just that defense are already behind most plays, so that if you give them weeks and weeks of time to just see the same thing, they gonna have a beat on it. And also, if I'm lining up in cover 3, and we're doing a damn good job of disguising it, we drop out and there's a cover 2. I don't know how I coach like that. If you do that well enough, I don't think he should be able to see that. Well, he knows it could be a disguise, but you don't know if it's truly a not disguise or not until the ball snap.
But there are certain things that happen as soon as the ball is snapped that you know what's happening. That's my point. That's what I'm saying. My thing is, as a quarterback, when you see certain things happen, like based on the play, based on whatever the play call is, right? So if based on what this offense is telling us and what we've been hearing, that this offense has third field read. So basically, you're reading outside the hash, inside the hash, outside the hash, depending on what side of the field you're going to. If I see a cornerback pressed up against a receiver, right? First thing in my mind is I'm gonna be like, all right, it's possibly could be man coverage. That cornerback potentially could be in man coverage. All right. If I'm a quarterback and I'm looking at the defense and I see that the shell of the defense is shaded this way, I'm probably saying to myself, the pressure is probably coming from this side. It's probably coming from the weak side. Is what it's telling me. So if it's shaded this way, if I have a strong safety shaded down almost into the box, okay, you're right. It may be cover 3. But if that strong safety buzzes out to the flats, okay, that's a cover 3 sky. So that basically telling me that dude is coming out to the flats to cover that side. So okay, it's cover 3. But if he bails out, it's either it's one or two things. It's either cover 4, it's either cover 2, or they running some type of pattern match to where he's gonna pick up whatever's coming down the seam or whatever's coming across his face. So it's certain things that happen once the ball snap that tells that.
But that's what I was saying. That's after the ball snap.
That's pretty much
that's after the ball snap.
That's my point. What he's saying is when they're disguising it, even after the snap, they can't. They're not able to.
I didn't know that. I thought he was just saying like we looking at what they in, and then they in something else.
That's what he's saying.
But it's not even deciphering after the snap. It's actually just looking on the field and seeing what they in. Like you see the safety dropping back into that cover 2 zone. It's not even a disguise no more at that point. Well, what's happening is probably the quarterback is making pre-snap reads and then not. What's happening is Oklahoma game. That's what's happening.
Okay,
I agree with that.
It's pre-snap reads, predetermining where to throw the ball at, and then when the ball snap, that ball's already left your hands, and you're like, "Oh,
pick."
That's not the defense that they was in.
Yep. But here's the thing though. If that's the case, and if we're gonna use the Oklahoma game as a example, right? And now we hear him say this. When it comes to the drop back game is when it kind of gets when you kind of hear him talk about the drop back game and not it being as clean as he wanted to be. Are you not concerned about them not being able to pick up post snap reads at that particular point? I mean, I know it sounds like we nitpicking. Please believe we're not. I'm not.
Yeah, no. I just spoke to that earlier.
It's a healthy conversation.
I'm literally just sitting here.
I literally spoke to that earlier, Nick, when I was saying I hope that he's not making an excuse for him holding the ball too long.
But the thing is, like, as people that watch football and watch it for technical type stuff, when you say stuff like that, I'm like, so you mean to tell me that your quarterback is not able to? I mean, pre-snap reads are different because pre-snap reads can fool you. I understand if they showing you something in disguise pre-snap, that's a whole different.
That's situation. What I thought he was talking about. I didn't know he was referring to post-snap.
But when you get into the post-snap read of it and they still can't see what's going on or what's happening, that's a problem. That is a problem. Now, I may be reading that wrong, but I'm just saying. But when you say that you're having a problem when it gets to the drop back game, but you're not having a problem when it gets to the RPO, because the RPO is just basically reading one or two guys in a situation. But when you talking about getting back to the drop back game and actually trying to go through, I don't even know if they go through progressions in this offense. But when you're trying to go from one progression to the second progression to wherever your last progression is, that's a problem. That is a problem that we need to be aware of.
But that's a problem that Payton Thorne struggled with as well. Maybe that's his offensive.
Yeah, I don't know if he was specifically talking about Deuce in the drop back game. I think he was talking more so like Mark said, what Payton Thorne's problem was when he was saying, like, even last year, he was saying that, like, man, the safety was high. He should have handed the ball off. Or the safety bailed out. He should have the safety bailed out, he should have handed the ball off. Or the safety stayed high and he threw it anyway. And it's like in the RPO game, one of the reasons why his offense always has a lot of turnovers and interceptions is because that decision right there is like that RPO decision. If you get that wrong, it's a pick, right?
Yeah,
a lot of times if you get that wrong, it's a pick. So even pre-snap, if you judge in that wrong, like if it we saw it all last year, right? The stuff that we complained about all the time, those picks that Peyton throwing through, that we was like, why did you throw that? Why on earth did you throw that? Like, this is what was happening. He was showing him one thing pre-snap, which determined his read in this RPO-based system, and he's snapping the ball and throwing his read, and that by the time the ball's in the air, that went what they was in. Next thing you know, it's a pick. Now you could argue whether we needed to be running RPO in the first place. We probably should have just been handing the ball off. But I think this is what he's talking about, his ability to make that read, because he praised Jackson Arnold for it. He's like, man, all his reads have been pretty good throughout camp. He's made the right decision all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see a freshman struggling with that.
He said he literally said the same thing about all quarterbacks. He said all quarterbacks. This is what he said. That's the quote. He said our defense is doing a really nice job at disguising things. He said all the quarterbacks are missing some of that. He said it's even hard for us as coaches to see it. They are doing a really nice job. That's what he said. That's literally what he said. He said all quarterbacks are missing some of that. So that's the reason. And that's the reason why I asked the question. Shout out to our guy, Coach Carr at On the Block Sports in the chat. What's going on, Coach Carr? Hope you're doing all right, my guy. Hope all is well with you, man. Shout out to Coach Carr. Make sure y'all go over there and y'all subscribe over to Coach Carr at On the Block Sports with Coach Carr, man. Great content over there, man. Shout out to him.
Shout out, Coach.
Yeah.
But Cypher, that's what I've been saying this whole time. I'm saying he's going to scramble the ball a lot. He's going to be in this RPO system. He's going to tuck the ball a lot. Mm-hmm. That's why I agree with Tez when he says the numbers are not going to be pretty. As long as he can cut down on those turnovers from what we seen Payne throwing last year, we should be a functional offense.
And he mentioned that in his press conference today, because he was asked the question. This is the question he was asked. I'm getting to it. I got my notes right here. He says, the question was asked was, how do you evaluate Jackson Arnold's full impact in fall camp? Is what he said. And he said, I don't know. He said he doesn't know how to do that until it's real. Because he has the ability to do that, which is what Marcus just said, which is
scramble
and things stuff of that nature. But you can't accurately evaluate that. You can't accurately evaluate that until it's real. And when you hear about things that happen in a lot of these scrimmages, when you hear the turnovers, when you hear him talk, and he also alluded to the fact of, the pocket collapsing quick in that particular case. We watching film, Jackson Arnold more than likely would pull that thing down and he would get vertical down the field. Running, when I say get vertical, he would probably run and use his athleticism to get down the field and make a play, is what he said. Also, looking at that, basically saying that if that's the case, like, would that be a sack or would that end up being a 30, 40-yard play down the field and things and stuff like that? So he was like, he's basically saying, like, we won't know until, we get to live action, like how this is actually going to look. And you also heard about it as well too when it comes to the when you got into the scrimmages, to where they talked about there were no turnovers in this scrimmage that just happened, and things stuff like that. Because I think I'm not sure, but it seems as if some of the players, they were actually able to kind of like elude pressure a little bit, and stuff like that. They weren't tackling the quarterbacks, but they were able to elude pressure a little bit. So to your point there, it is going to be something that we have to look at and see, because I do think to that point, like, we are talking about the pocket collapsing, but in that case, does Jackson Arnold get out and does he make a play with his legs that tells us that what were negative plays in camp would be positive plays in an actual game? What are y'all thoughts on that?
I think that's what Hugh Freeze is banking on, man. I think
that's
what.
If that's what
I ain't mean to say it like that, but I'm just saying. I think that's what. I think that's what's setting him apart from the Peyton Thorns of the world. I think his ability to pull it down, and make dynamic plays with his feet is something that Hugh Freeze banking on that. I think we're going to see a lot of plays for us to be successful, we'll have to see a lot of plays from Jackson Arnold willing that team and making plays with his feet. That's just my opinion on it.
Coach Carr said, but can you live with him running all season long? No, I can't.
I don't think we can, but that's the reason why we have the receiver room that we have.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't live with him running all season long. All right, man. We got somebody.
You have gadget play receivers like Michael Simmons and Eric Singleton.
We got somebody calling in right now. We're gonna try this call in thing. I think I got it working. You on the phone, you around the water cooler with us. Who we talking to? Hello? Yo, I cannot hear them. Can y'all hear them? Yo, man. Yeah. Hey, we're going to try to work on it one more time. We're going to try to get this phone call situation taken care of. I thought it was fixed because I was working on it while they was talking, but apparently it's not. Apparently it is not fixed, but we're going to get it working.
Call the help desk.
Yeah, we got to call the help desk, man. We're going to get it fixed, man. We're going to work. We're not going to take calls tonight. It's messing up doing the show right now. So we're not going to take calls. And I see why it's messing up. It's something that I have to do on the back end. It's going to take a little while to fix it. But we're not going to take any call. We're not going to take any more calls tonight. I apologize for that. It will be fixed by Wednesday, though. Please believe that as well. So I apologize for whoever that was calling in, man. I really do apologize because I really wanted to hear what you have to say. But I don't want to keep diluting the show and we not being able to hear you and they not in the chat not being able to hear you. I don't know why it's messing up like this tonight. But hey, we're gonna get it fixed, man. Remember, we not ESPN and we not Paul Feinbaum. We ain't got that budget. You know what I'm saying?
And Nick is the help desk.
Nick is the help desk.
That's
what it is. So Nick got to make it happen.
He got a button-down shirt that he put on when he gets ready.
As soon as this go off,
the phone system.
He is technical support all the way through.
You button-up shirt and put the glasses
pocket protector.
And I'm gonna go in here and start dissecting everything out. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, that's what it is.
I will say, man, Jackson Arnold, as far as him like using his legs, I've heard. So it's funny that he says that. I heard this maybe like I'd say 3 or 4 times, all from the same coach. I heard it with Cam Newton. They said, well, we can't, we don't know, he got there in the spring too. So it's like, hey, we don't know if these runs are like 2 yards or 40 yards. We can't judge that in camp. I heard that with Nick Marshall and I heard that with Bo Nix. I would take any one of those right now on this team.
Okay.
Any version of those. If you, all right, right, like, and I know I mentioned Bo Nix, but if you gave me freshman year Bo Nix or that last year Bo Nix.
Yeah, last year Bo Nix. Yeah.
I was about
to say,
I'd be happy with that.
Bo Nix, yeah. I take last year Bo Nix before. I take last year Bo Nix, not freshman year. I'm good.
Over Peyton Thorne, I'd take freshman year Bo Nix.
Okay.
Freshman year Bo Nix still got y'all 8-9 wins.
9-3.
Yeah, it was 9. It was 9-3 that year.
Yeah,
Something like that.
9-3,
yeah.
I still take freshman Bo Nix. I need 9, bro. Whatever get me over this 8 threshold.
It is what it is, man. I guess. All right, man. Let's move to the defense side of the ball. And he really didn't have anything bad to say about the defense side of the ball, man. Like, there really wasn't.
Does anybody ever have anything bad to say about Auburn's defense? No,
there really was nothing negative about the defensive side of the ball. Now, here are some of the things he said. He said the defense has done really well. They've tackled and they've guarded really well. He said they did give up a few too many explosive plays in his previous scrimmage. I think he said Cam Coleman and Horatio Fields had some big catches. Jeremiah Cobb had 2 explosive runs, what he considered explosive runs. Damari Austin had 2 really powerful runs, and Omar Mapson had a big explosive catch for a touchdown as well, is what he stated. But other than that, I mean, he said, I think he said the only other thing besides that was the fact that they needed to, he used the word cage the quarterback better. So basically, what he said was when they're rushing the quarterback, they need to be able, when they get to the quarterback, they need to finish the play. It's basically what he's saying. So basically not allowing the quarterback to, spill out and have the ability to gain extra yards from any type of rush play. And if you're an Auburn fan, you know from the jump that one of Auburn's biggest problems in the past couple of years has been the athletic quarterback that has the potential to run. So when they get outside the pocket, it's almost, you can almost say it's 7-8 yards is what you could have said. So basically he's saying that they need to do, the one thing that they can work on is that they need to be able to contain that better. Name drop, when we did a show last Monday, as a matter of fact, to where we talked about the linebacker rotation, and every linebacker we talked about last week, he mentioned as guys that's going to be in a rotation. He said he didn't know who were the ones or the twos because they were always interchangeable on the defensive side of the ball, because they always played. It just was no drop off between them. So he mentioned Riddick and Melendez, Diaz, Atkins, Woodyard, and Caleb Wheatland as the guys that he has seen that has been in the rotation, as everything. So my thing is this: it's going to be interesting to see how this defense is able to contain the quarterback this year. Can they do it better? Stuff like that. I see Coach Carl in the chat saying, Nick, that's every team's problem. I know that. I know that Auburn has had a very bad problem with it. I mentioned Taylor Green. I don't know if anybody mentioned Devin Dampier, the Dampier guy that had Auburn as well too, man. So I'm just telling. He also had a question. He said, why would they lie and say something bad about the D unless they're playing face card and poker? It possibly could be. Yeah. He could be playing poker with us, you know what I'm saying? But I will say this: a lot of the videos that have been coming out of camp, especially when it comes to the wide receiver and the DB 101s, I mean, they've kind of backed up what we've been told. They going at it like it's been backed up what we've seen, what we've been told going on through camp. So I mean, I can't dispute that one at all, because they've been balling in camp, man. Y'all thoughts on the defensive side of the ball, and what Coach Freeze said that he would love to see improve, which really wasn't much in his personal opinion, but what really would love to see improved on that side of the ball. We're gonna start with Marcus first.
And get those guys on them dummy drills, get them tackling, make sure they're wrapping up. Because like you said, Nick, I can't have that this year. And we face a lot of quarterbacks that can get out of the pocket, and they can do a lot of damage. And I just want to make sure that my heart don't get hurt by a scrambling quarterback that's getting out of the pocket and launching it down the field. So, yes, at that point, we got some of the best DBs. So I'm encouraged. That young linebacking core, if he's saying that, I hope he's telling the truth. I really hope he's telling the truth, because I know our linebacker core is young. If they rotate and they look experienced, they look ready to go. I'm confident in this defense. I'm really confident in this defense, because that was one of that in the interior defense line was my only two question marks that I really wanted to figure out. And if he's saying that, I'm really confident going into this Baylor game.
Yeah, man. I think on defense, man, I think the defense is going to be really, really solid this year, man.
Super confident, bro.
Yeah, man. I don't listen, bro. Yeah, man. I'm not about to. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna say that for next week. I'm gonna say that for next week. But man, I'm really high on this defense, man. I'm excited about it. And potentially what it can be. He did mention two names. He mentioned Bryce Diaz and Xavier Atkins. He said that they're holders. He said they're gonna have to learn how to slow down because they are too aggressive. I said, what? Too aggressive? I was like,
have you seen Bryce Diaz?
That's what I said. I said too aggressive. He was like, he said when it comes to their run fits, he said it's what it is today that they were. Because sometimes it can spill to the backside. If they taking the front side A gap or it can spill to the backside. Now they out of place. So he's basically saying they got to just kind of play within themselves and kind of contain themselves a little bit better. But he likes the enthusiasm that they are playing with. Go ahead, Tez.
You mentioned Bryce Diaz. Have you seen Bryce Diaz?
I think everybody's seen that video. I think everybody's seen that picture.
I don't know if we had a linebacker built like that since Takeo Swice. I don't know. It's been a long time.
Scary.
But yeah, man, the defense, I'm pretty high on the defense. It's interesting. His comments about them balling up the quarterback, I'm not really worried about. I know that's been an issue for us in the past, but when you think about the things that he complained about on both offense and defense, they both have to do with the non-contact jersey. So like, I think they're probably having. How can you judge whether the quarterback is going to be a 20 or 10-yard run or whatever, and they're wearing a non-contact jersey, and then in the same breath judge whether the defense was actually going at the quarterback, knowing he was wearing a non-contact jersey? So it's kind of, I don't know how you work that out, but I am excited about this defense. One, because
one of the main reasons I like those
is they coming back, right? There's a lot of returning guys, and I don't know if our defense was super exotic last year, but everything you hear in camp is that, like, he talking about disguises, he talking about different, it seems like this is a defense now that gets the system, and all these second-year players actually kind of really know what was going on. And now you can do more with them. As opposed to what we was able to put on the field last year, which they did great. So, man, if we gonna see a lot more exotic stuff from DJ Durkin, which is he's kind of known for, I'm all excited about that, especially with the talent we saw on the field.
Yeah, man. I said it yesterday on the show with on Up Tempo with Dustin. I said, man, I think we as Auburn fans, and I know I think we as Auburn fans need to raise our expectations, bro. Like, I think we need to stop. I think Travell said this last week in the show. He was like, we need to stop. If Travell, if you're in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. He said something to the effect of, we need to stop praying for talent and then expecting to lose or expecting losses or something to that degree. Something he said. And but I was like, man, we have to get to the point to where now these past two recruiting classes and what's been going on and stuff like that, like, we have to get to the point of expecting to win games and not trying to be in a situation of just trying to get by. I mean, like, don't get it twisted. There will be games where we get in where there will be those gritty, tough wins that we were talking about and things, stuff like that. But we have to get to the point of where we're talking about, expecting to win and not just trying to get out here and see what Auburn's going to do and things stuff like that. And looking at this defense, looking at what this defense is and what we've been hearing and what we've seen and things and stuff of that nature, man, we have to get to the point now to where it's like, yo, we need to expect the defense to come out here and not give up 17 points. Like, we want our defense to come out here and not give up 21 points. We need to hold them under, 20. We need that. So I think I'm gonna just go out there and say it. I think the defense is there. I think depending on what we see in this first game, I feel like we can come out here, we can almost name what the defense. We could probably put a number on that and name what the defense can and will not be allowed and will not allow to do it that game, man. That's just my personal thoughts on it. I hopefully, every other Auburn fan feels that way once they see the defense is playing as well, man. Before we get up out of here, man, we appreciate y'all, man. But remember, y'all, the locker room. That's the name of it, man. The locker room, Auburn Live Watch, August 29th, 15 minutes before kickoff. Every game this year, 15 minutes before kickoff, I'm doing live game watches, and we call it the locker room. Come sit around the water cooler with us, man, and watch me react live to the game as it's going on, man. We can't stream the game because, like I said, we're not ESPN, but we can give you an experience to where it make you feel like you are watching it, with your Auburn fan, And there, man. So 15 minutes before every kickoff this year for Auburn, man, we'll be going live and we'll be staying throughout the game. And then after that, we'll head over to Auburn Addicts TV on YouTube with DC Wolf, the mayor, Marcus Fitzpatrick, and Ted's gonna be joining in as well for the official post-game reaction show Tiger Vent after Auburn games, man. So the is already up. The link for this is already up. You can go like it right now. You can go share it right now. It's already up on YouTube. So man, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. So we hope y'all come around and watch it with us, man. We're gonna try to have a good time, try to give you a good experience of what is happening in Auburn sports, man. Before we get up out of here, man, make sure that y'all go and subscribe to all of these channels on YouTube, man, at SEC Season, at Tight Sports, Alabama Football Megacast, Auburn Addicts _, Auburn _ Addicts TV, DC Wolf, I Guy, Dustin over at the Uptempo Podcast, man. Be Sharp over at the Sharpshooter Sports Talk. Vandy Chris over at Go to Broom at the Go to Broom Podcast, and of course the Huggy Beard himself on YouTube, Huggy Beard on Facebook, and Bubba Hyde on Facebook as well, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man. Like I said, I apologize that the call in didn't work tonight. Trust me, I'm about to go and get my nerd on and try to get this thing figured out. Try to get this thing taken care of because we want to hear what y'all got to say in the chat, man, because that y'all are part of the show. Y'all make the show, man. So we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us as always, man. And we appreciate everybody that's in the chat with us tonight for rocking with us and for being around the water cooler with us, man. So we thank y'all so much, man. Ted, tell them where they can find you at, man, before we get up out of here, man. If y'all don't have anything else that y'all want to touch before we get up out of here, man, say that, man. And then before we get out of here, man, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, you can find me at It's SEC Season on all platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And you can find my personal page at Codename Tez. Also, I am pubbing this boom email address right there, info at itsecseason.com. Send me an email there. You can get in on the college football pick'em. We're doing the college football pick'em this year. These guys are in it, trying to get a bunch of subscribers and fans in it too, giving away some cool stuff. So if you drop me an email at that email address right there, info at itsecseason.com, I can get you added. Want to get in for the end of the before the start of the first game and get your picks in for the start of the first game. And I'll be reviewing all that over on my channel. It's going to be pretty dope, man. Art started pushing out some content on my channel, just some faceless content to get the algorithm pointed in my direction.
Yep.
And you probably should see my face pretty soon. Pubbing this pick'em and the rest of the content on my channel, man. So I appreciate y'all.
Somebody said it was a bunch of Alabama stuff. That was somebody said.
Yeah, I seen that, man. And it was Travell. It wasn't somebody. It was Travell.
There's a lot of
man, it says alphabetical order, man. I'm sorry. It wasn't my fault.
It says
leave it to him to go scoop your page to say that.
The name of the show is SEC Season, so it's gonna talk about SEC teams. That's what it is.
He's like the first comment I ever got. It's like, man, what's with all this Bama stuff?
Shout out to Bill, the king of the comments, man. We appreciate it so much. Marcus, what you guys say to people before we get up out of here, my guy?
Man, I enjoyed y'all tonight, man. Y'all be blessed, stay safe. See y'all Wednesday.
Yeah, man. We'll be back Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, back around the water cooler, man. Phone line should be working then. So we'll be able to take calls then, man. So we're gonna get this thing taken care of. Trust me, it will be right. It will be taken care of, man. So we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler, as always, man. Before we get up out of here, man, as always, man, y'all have a good one. Better yet, man, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. And make sure y'all give the man upstairs above his, because guess what? He deserves all the praise and all of the glory. And until Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, back around the water cooler, it is one love. And guess what? We out this mug. We holla. Peace.
Tigers in the swamp, chomping all day long. Saturday nights in Death Valley, that tiger strong. So we Razorbacks, crowd calling the hogs. Blue Reds battle Wildcats, bringing the dogs.